Michigan, you are thrilled to be anywhere other than Flint, Michigan. Yeah, this is great for me. I'm also 73 years old. I am single and I'm dating. I am optimistic. I believe there's a woman out there with poor vision and bad judgment just for me. But the sad thing is I end up dating grandmas. Every time I go out, I'm with somebody's grandma. It's a scary thing. Tell you what, it is educational though. I don't know when the last time was that you had your mouth attached to any part of your grandmother's body for more than 10 seconds. But you can learn some things. Number one, you can learn to keep your eyes closed. That's too much information. There's things you just don't want to know. Also, what you end up learning is grandma is only dating for one of two reasons. If your grandma's dating, she wants somebody to subsidize her fine dining experience, or grandma wants sex. These things are mutually exclusive. That's right, if you're having sex with grandma, you will not be having a fine dining experience. No Happy Meal on that buffet. You want a toy to take home, you're going to have to get out of grandma's dresser. Grandmas get together, they plot this out though. You know what? They don't want to directly tell you they want sex. They kind of sneak it into their profile. So I brought my guitar along because I wrote a little romantic song about how grandma sneaks hints that she wants sex into her profile. You got to kind of read in between the lines, and I think if you listen close enough, you'll pick up on what grandma's putting down. So see if we can do this. I've never played my guitar in public before. That's why this is called comedy. My grandma and your grandma, filled with desire. And your grandma says to my grandma, my girl lives high on fire. My grandma said to your grandma, what you gonna do? Your grandma says to my grandma, gonna get my bits run through. Hey now, I'm away. Plenty of dating sites out there, tell you what I'll say. I'm plenty of fish, I say, make you wish I could serve you sooner. I've been cooking up your favorite dish. How you like your tuna? Hey now, I'm away. Plenty of dating sites out there, tell you what I'll say. Okay, Cupid, shoot your shot. Use your bow and arrow. I got a target like a parking lot. Used to be tight and narrow. Hey now, I'm away. Plenty of dating sites out there, tell you what I'll say. Back on Tinder, I'm a tender trap. No one serves you better. I douche daily with Abilene. No one will be wetter. Hey now, I got a plan. Gonna get out the girly bits. Gonna get you a man. You know, as great as it seems, I really have been dating online for the last 13 years since I was 16 years old. My friends thought I was crazy. They said, what dating app are you going to go on? I said, all of them. I don't know where the women are. I'm just ice fishing. I'm out there digging holes till something pops up. So I did that. I signed up on every single dating app I could possibly find, up to a dozen at any one time. I was on Christian Mingle. I was on Farmers Only. If you went to disabilitydating.com, you would see my smiling face. Who knew that I too was supposed to have a disability? I was just looking for a woman who couldn't run that fast. I actually met a white woman on Black People Meet. I'm sorry, I do not have what you're looking for. I thought I could use my sense of humor. I thought that would draw in. First girl I ever talked to on Tinder said, comedian, hey, make me laugh. I said, well, see, now I wish I would have wrote gynecologist. I never got to meet her. I met a girl on OkCupid. She said, Ted, you seem like a nice guy. How about if I meet you for a drink? I said, that sounds good. She said, it's good, because I was thinking maybe I'd have you perform for me. I said, that's a coincidence. I was thinking maybe I'd have you perform for me. She got offended. She said, I am not a trained SEAL. I said, I know that. But I think in no time at all, I can teach you to balance balls on your nose while hooking a horn with your mouth. I didn't meet her. I don't know why. I need help. I need advice. I really do. At my age, I need somebody to tell me how to do this shit. And once in a while, I will run into a young man who would tell me something. I remember I went out on a date with a girl once. I had met her on Tinder. We met up at a restaurant. Waiter thought it was funny. Old people meeting on Tinder. Then my date went to the restroom. He came back over and looked at me and said, what the hell are you doing? I said, what are you talking about? He said, Tinder. It's a hookup app. I said, well, then I'm trying to hook up. He said, no, you don't get it. Tinder is just a finder-meter fucker app. It's not a finder-meter feeder app. I said, can it be a finder-meter feeder fucker app? He said, no, that's not how it works. He said, look, you can get lucky. You got to stay in the lane. You got to stick to your path. He said, imagine you landed in Munchkin Land and you want to get to Oz. You can get to Oz, but you got to follow the yellow brick road. He said, here, I'll do you a favor. I'll tell you what the road is if you meet a girl on Match.com. And this is what he told me. He said, on Match, it's always the same. First, you got to find her. Then you got to chat with her via text. Then you got to call her up on the phone. So Match always starts out, find her, chat her, call her. Then you got to meet her, buy her a snack or treat. Then you meet her and buy her something to eat. If you meet her for the third time, buy her something to eat. Once, twice, 3 times, lady, welcome to Oz. And now visit the wizard. Ride that pink ponytail. It's a horse of a different color. So basically, he told me to remember Match as being your finder, chatter, caller, meter, treater, meter, feeder, fucker, site. And that was a lot to remember, but I needed help. So I used that. I memorized that, and I found a girl by way of that finder, chatter, caller, meter, treater, meter, feeder, fucker, site. We had our relationship on that loop of love. We were doing the shampoo, rinse, and repeat of romance, meter, treater, meter, feeder, fucker, meter, treater, meter, feeder, fucker, meter, treater, meter, feeder. It was costing me a fortune in food. I was thinking, I cannot afford this relationship. I need something I can afford. Something more like a meter, feeder, fucker relationship. Only feeder once every 3 times a meter. Called me up, said, Ted, we were done. I said, what? No more meter, treater, feeder, fucker? She said, no. I said, why? She said, I'm Pentecostal. I no longer can see you unless you're willing to be born again. Born again. I thought about it for a minute. I thought, I think I'm too old to be born again, but I'll give it a go. But can you please explain to me exactly how big is your uterus and how long am I going to have to hold my breath? My name's Ted Moss. Over thoughts. Thanks a lot, folks. Appreciate it.
What's up, Sunday Night Funnies? Hi. Hello. Hi. I'm so embarrassed. I have to write one song for you guys. I'm so unprepared. Oh, it's good to be here in this room. This room always weirds me out. This feels like a room that Kanye West would have his birthday party in a little bit. You guys aren't Kanye fans? Yeah. Cool. This is a good start. This is good energy that you guys have right now. Did you guys have a good week, individually, one at a time? Let's start over here. I had an okay week. I had to renew my vehicle's registration, so I'm broke again. That sucks. They like it online now, that's nice. But you still get the notice in the mail. The state still sends you stuff in the mail that you need to read. Like, I just don't understand why stuff comes in the... Because most of the mail you get is pointless, right? Like, why is the mail only ever garbage or the most important documents you'll ever need in your entire life? It's just Target ads and my new driver's license. That's all that the mail is. Is it serious or not? You know, I don't... They let... You can go to prison for opening your neighbor's mail, but you can have a mailbox shaped like a fish. Is it serious or not? Good week. Oh, this is so much fun already. You guys are so fun. Reset this energy. Yeah, I've been sore. I've been running a lot, training for this half marathon. I don't know why. I guess I thought if I run enough miles, I'll fix me. I should just try to fix all my problems by running. I don't know. I told my friend the other day, it was like I ran 10 miles, and he's like, that's impressive. I was like, is it? I don't know. Just running, you just do this and you don't stop. Is that impressive or is that severe autism? I don't know, just do one thing over and over. I have trouble working out. I can't go to the gym, that freaks me out. If you see me at the gym, I know that I'm not doing that right. You know? Cool. I have a friend who's a personal trainer, and he was trying to help me because I just am lost in the gym. And everything he said pissed me off, though. He was like, "So, what are your body goals?" I was like, "To not fucking look like this. What are you talking about?" My goals are to not look like my body's made out of coat hangers. That's where I'm starting at, bro. My body goals, I don't want to look like I've been microdosing poisonous berries my whole life, man. So, running, sweating, it's been hot, I'm sweating. Switched up my deodorant too, that's been upsetting. I got one of these natural deodorants, you guys know about these? Natural deodorant, pretty great. Natural deodorant, there's no aluminum. They cost $40 a stick. You put it on 18 times a day and it doesn't work. Isn't that cool? All day long I put this shit on, like surely something's gonna happen. They say the aluminum in regular deodorant can give you Alzheimer's. Just give me the Alzheimer's, bro. I would rather smell good and forget everything than remember how stinky I was my whole life. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Try to take better care of myself. Because of the marathon, I've been cutting back on the drugs and alcohol. You guys a drug crowd or are you all cops? What's going on? Get them. Alright, yeah, I don't know. I've had to slow down the older I get. I can't handle most drugs. I know that just from watching my friends do. Like one time I was trip sitting 2 friends, they both took acid, and that was great because I got to see the 2 types of people on acid, right? One of my friends immediately started having a bad trip. He started patting his pockets, freaking out. I was like, "Dude, are you okay?" He goes, "I can't remember where I put anything." And our other friend was slumped on the couch, and he just went, "Man, everything is just where it's placed." 2 types on acid. You want to be that second guy if you can help it. You really want to be that. So yeah, I can't drink either. I'm a lightweight. Can't do anything. You know what I tried the other day? I tried a Zyn. One of these little nicotine pouches that children do. You know these? That's too intense for me as well. I learned. I got the fucking spins. My gums went numb. They need to make a Zyn for a guy like me. Like my ideal Zyn. First of all, it'd be like the size of a mint, and it could still be mint flavored, and it dissolves in your mouth maybe, and there's no nicotine, and it's a mint. I'm thinking of a mint. Those are actually good. I wish I could just be a guy who could do drugs, but a mint is about as much as I can handle, to tell you the truth. And even some mints are too intense, actually. You ever have a mint, you're like, Jesus Christ. So, that's my ideal Friday is a mint. 1 mint and 15 beers. And a couple grams of blow if you have it. I mean, don't run a bunch of errands. You guys have the weirdest energy of one. Sorry. Whatever. Vegan, obviously. I'm mostly vegan. I'm a vegan at home and a vegetarian when I eat out so that my friends still talk to me and invite me to stuff. You get into weird arguments when you're vegan. Like, I was talking to this girl, she told me she didn't agree with veganism because forcing it onto indigenous communities is colonialism. I just want you guys to know none of us are doing that. None of us. We just want to end factory farming. None of us give a shit if the Potawatomi go fishing. I don't care. You can't force veganism on anyone. You literally can't. I can't convince my immediate family to try tofu because they think it'll make them trans, dude. How are you gonna? Some vegans are crazy. Some vegans are really militant. There's a sect of veganism that's against circumcision in humans. You guys know about this? So it's like non-consensually harming a living thing. And I don't get it. Like, I'm not even saying I'm right, but their arguments don't make sense to me. A big one is that it reduces sensation, right? Circumcision reduces sensation. I promise you I've got enough sensation. I don't need any more sensation. Who's complaining about, who's walking around, I wish sex felt better. How perfect is your life? It is weird. It's a weird thing that we do to babies without their permission, but it looks nice. That's my opinion. It looks nice. No? But it's non-consensual and it's mutilating. I'm still happy with mine. And I'm happy that I don't remember it. Right? That's a big deal. That's a good deal in life. For men and women. Because women, if men remembered our circumcisions, we would bring that shit up all the time. Are you kidding? Women can tell me the worst thing that ever happened where we still be like, yeah, that reminds me of the time they cut a piece of my dick off, actually. But we're on about work was uncircumcised, just so that instead of wearing a condom, I could roll my dick up and tie it off like a bread bag, you know? I guess picturing just roll it up and spin it, you know, like when the loaf is half empty. That joke's called Aunt Millie. Sponsored by Aunt Millie, too. Alright, that's gonna be my time for tonight. Thanks for listening.
If I'm at work and I have to fart, I peel an orange to cover the smell. That also deters my coworkers from wanting to steal my oranges. I thought of a game you could play at work where you yawn, and then if a coworker yawns in response, you try to throw a ping pong ball into their mouth. I call it Heimlich golf. A water cooler is a much better place to socialize in the office than a drinking fountain, because it's awkward to lower your head to someone's groin level and make slurpy, sucky noises while having a conversation with them. My coworker told me he's an assistant Taekwondo instructor as a side hustle. I said, man, you're lucky. That side hustle job might be the only job where the way that you earn your promotion is to beat up your boss. He said, no, it doesn't work that way. So I immediately lost all interest in the martial arts. I think Mike Tyson would make an excellent spokesman for contact lenses, because if you bite off someone's ear, there's nothing left to hold up their glasses. So they need to get contacts. I noticed that music sounds better after I masturbate. So if I ever had to sing the national anthem at a sporting event, I'd insist that all the spectators masturbate shortly before I turn the stadium. I don't know if that would make my bad singing sound more tolerable to everyone, but it would certainly make tailgating more interesting. Basketball is excellent training for feeding giraffes. Pole vaulting is excellent training for feeding yourself to giraffes. My coworker told me his puppy chewed up his TV remote, so he got a new one on eBay. I said, a new puppy? Scientists use genetic engineering to combine the DNA of people who are allergic to cats with the DNA of dogs to create dogs that are allergic to cats. Or people that are actually excited to see you. There should be a food where chewing it cleans your teeth so you don't have to brush them, to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, 3 birds if you're chewing birds. Crickets are like hecklers that you can eat. Sometimes people ask me what I'm looking for in a dating partner. Tall women could easily kick me in the groin, and short women could easily punch me in the groin. So I'm looking for a medium-height woman in the Goldilocks zone of difficult groin assault. I'd also love to date someone who's severely allergic to peanuts, because I want to experience the joy and excitement of stabbing someone with a pen, but without all the guilt. Halloween's coming up. I want to buy Girl Scout cookies and then later give them back to the same girl when she's trick-or-treating on Halloween. Just to mess with her head. The double-blind taste test could not be completed because while we're eating the first blind guy, the second blind guy escaped. My idea of a hunger strike is karate chopping a baby before taking its candy. I don't use safety goggles, but I do use safety gagas, which is when I carry around a baby to discourage people from punching punching me in the face. Cannibals are the sharks of crowd surfing. Decapitation is the ultimate baldness. Cutting a mullet is like castrating a party. Lawyers work pro bono, aliens work pro ano. Taking the lithium out of batteries and using it to make meth would be the funnest way to win the robot apocalypse. People who crash their car and die from texting should have a tombstone that says, "Sent from my iPhone." People who crash and die from speeding should be buried in a speed bump instead of a cemetery. To them, it's the ultimate insult. Don't give in to despair, give in to this pair, he said while pointing to his balls. I think the reason that belly dancing is so sexy is that it shows that the woman is definitely not pregnant. At least, not for long. Whooping cough can make you cough so hard you crack a rib. On the upside, cracking a rib might give you the flexibility to be able to suck your own dick. Although I'd recommend waiting until your cough is cured before trying that out. Especially if you have teeth. And finally, the fleshlight, which is a flashlight-shaped sex toy for men. It's also an excellent place to keep a snack so your roommate doesn't eat it. Or a horrible place to keep a snack if you think your roommate might use it. That's it for me. My name is Sam. Thank you very much.
So to choose a career as a meteorologist, you have to find something with at least the skill set that fits your personality. So as I was choosing a career, I thought, well, I love to talk with my hands, and that's a big part of it. I love to tell people how to get dressed before they leave their house in the morning. And I absolutely knew about my personality that I wanted to try something that I knew that whatever happened, I would never, ever be wrong. And if I ever was wrong, that nobody would ever find out about it. Okay, I get it, television forecasting, we do sometimes have some challenges, but there are some techniques that we use so that we can help people understand the weather a little better, especially in the days when we're really not quite certain what's going to happen. We say partly cloudy or partly sunny, and some people may think that's the exact same thing. Well, it's not. It's more clouds than sun is partly sunny, more sun than clouds is partly cloudy. Are you completely confused? Well, that means it's going to be mostly cloudy. We use percentages when it comes to forecasting precipitation. 20%, 30%, that means there's probably not a very good likelihood that something's going to happen. 80 or 90%, we're pretty sure it's going to rain. When we say 50%, that means we're just in the back of the room flipping a coin. So we have absolutely no idea. And if you ever hear us using double negatives, like it's not impossible or it's not unlikely, you know that we have absolutely no clue. Okay, I think forecasting lake effect snow is really difficult. You know who I really envy? I envy those hurricane forecasters. They get to use this thing called the cone of uncertainty. I'm like, are you kidding me? If you forecast a hurricane is going to hit within 5 states and you're right, I mean, if I miss lake effect snow by a county or 2, people are ready to lynch me. I do love forecasting the weather, and it's very scientific I did go to school to learn. It's not just using my iPhone. I studied a lot of math and science, although it really strikes me that instead of the math and science, or in addition to the math and science, I should say, I should spend some time in the theater department. No, not for the acting or the presentation part, but for learning how to make a disguise on those days when I really blew it. I've been married for almost 35 years. Husband Bill is here. Yeah. And Bill and I have been married a very, very long time, and I really take my reputation as a meteorologist very, very seriously. He loves to play golf, and I always text him whenever there's any lightning in the area, because if he, my husband of all people, were to get struck by lightning on a golf course, can you imagine how bad that would make me look? I can tell you that being married all those years, it can be really challenging. Okay, I am a clean comic, but I would like to just for a moment take you into our bedroom. If I can indulge that. Want to go into our bedroom? So after being married for that many years, as you can imagine, you start to have a few issues in the bedroom. Guys, you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. So I finally, a couple of years ago, I said, honey, if this marriage is going to survive, you really, really need to go and see a doctor. And so after months and months of my nagging, he finally put his ego aside and went to the doctor. And let me tell you, since he got that prescription, our marriage has improved by 100%. I mean, I'm happier for sure. Because he finally has that CPAP machine. I can tell you though, I'm not perfect, he's not perfect, but I can tell you that after all these years together, we've had friends that we've seen go through really difficult divorces. And I can tell you, no matter how bad anything would get, I could never imagine the heartbreak of divorce. I mean, I could not imagine living without half of my 401k. I turned 60 last year. 41, okay, yeah, your best years are ahead of you. People are wondering how you stay camera friendly after all those years. Well, along the way, I was really fortunate. I grew up I was a kid in the 80s, and Richard Simmons. Anybody remember Richard Simmons? He's a big guru of exercise, sweating to the oldies, eating right, getting 10,000 steps, all that sort of thing. All it really dawns on me now, Richard Simmons is dead. Willie Nelson is in his 90s, Mick Jagger in his 80s. They're both still touring and performing. Would I have been better off to be smoking weed and taking acid instead of doing sit-ups and taking aerobics? Yeah, that might have been a better way. I will tell you though, to stay camera friendly at my age, there are some secrets I'll let you in since we're in a room full of friends here tonight. First of all, you really have to get a good night's sleep. I mean, you have got to stay well rested. You have to get a good amount of water. You have to stay hydrated. And when you're in your mid-50s, you really have to get a good plastic surgeon.